Welcome to another episode of Extreme. My name is Zach.
My name is Joey.
And this is a podcast where we dig deep on your favorite video games. But
That's
again,
right.
not today, bucko. Apparently I turned into a pirate. Never mind. What we're going to be doing today is another Extreme Reads. Play the bumper music. Wait, do we have bumper music? We do now! Play it again for posterity. That was something.
All right.
Good job. Whichever one of us made the music, which is probably you, Joey. Good job.
Unless Paul did it.
It might have been Paul. You know what? Oh, no, wait. He just chimed in right there and totally said
Thanks,
that it was
Paul.
him, so never mind. Way to take all the credit, Paul. Yeah, I figured you'd say that. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about what we're going to do today. So, another Extreme Reads. This time I'm going to be talking about the stuff that I wrote that was just kind of on my mind at the time. Something I was walking around, like, after work, or just kind of lost in thought, and thought, you know what, this might be a good blog post. So then I wrote it, and then 5 people read it, and then they were like, cool, and then I was like,
That's
great.
like 5 people. That's pretty cool.
I mean, that's how you know it's good, when 5 people read it. But anyway, the important thing is, I want you guys to take a listen to it, because that gives me personal validation that what I did has meaning. And that's being real talk. Play the real talk music. That was not the real talk music. I loved it though, but like, what was that? Anyway, I'm getting distracted by all the beautiful sound effects. Paul, stop it with the sound effects! Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Let's just kind of dive into it.
Alright.
Alright, we're starting now, for real. Okay, on my mind. A case for buying the Mega Man X Legacy Collection 2. Something we have today, but don't fully appreciate, are the good things. There are so many good things around us, at most points in the day. Our smartphones that give us global connectivity, our online video streaming services with thousands of choices at any given moment, and a streamlining of our online shopping experiences. Some of you keen observers out there probably noticed a theme. Good on ya. But before we had these, we had dumb phones that could only make phone calls to our friends and close family. If we remembered their names off the top of our heads. We had Blockbuster, which maybe had about 100 videos if you were lucky enough to live near a larger location. And we had to go shopping in person and interact with other human beings. And if we go even farther back, well, I wouldn't know because I'm an ignorant millennial. The common thread here is that we as a society can look back on these and agree that progress is being made overall. But that does not mean we didn't have our setbacks in the middle. The same could be said for this collection. Now I hear what you're saying, and you're saying in your mind already. But Zach, all the examples you mentioned are from past to present. The second Legacy collections came out after the first. And to you I say, Fine, here. We had pets in the past, and then we decided Tamagotchi was a good idea, and then we went back to having pets. There, are you happy? Either way, you can go about your day and just enjoy the best of something. Mega Man X Collection 1. And never give it a second thought. But for those of you budding game designers or gaming historians, taking a look at the bad will give you context for why the good is so good. If we never stop to think about why some games are good, we'll never be able to make good games in the future. We'll just try to mimic a certain style of games. Number 9! But not recapture what made the original games fantastic in the first place. So, in conclusion, I'm bad at metaphors, and you should give this collection a chance if you're interested in game design theory. And there we go.
Nice.
Man, I was gonna, censure myself. It was so rambly at points. But anyway.
That's perfect. Especially, your brackets.
Thank you. I tried to add it in for emphasis. But let's talk a little about that. So, these collections came out about, a month and a half ago?
Yeah.
And honestly, when we were talking about it, just you and me, I felt the excitement.
Oh, yeah. I felt the cream.
And just everywhere, all over the pantaloons. And now I have new pantaloons made out of cream.
That's the circle of life.
The jerkle of... That's what happens when I have coffee while we record.
That's what you gotta do.
Just become a fucking ignoramus. Anyway, so I was super excited when it came out. And I immediately bought both Mega Collections 1 and 2.
Obviously.
But first off, just a minor weird thing about it. If you buy the Collections 1 and 2 in the box, they give you 1 through 4 on the cartridge. I got it for the Switch, on a cartridge. And then they give you a download code for the second half.
Because they knew the second half was shit.
Because they didn't want to immortalize this in any kind of constructible way.
Yeah.
They're like, no, we know this is bad. Fuck that. We'll put a lot of effort into the cartridge for this. Granted, the cartridge isn't super crazy, but the fact that it exists in the first place is an acknowledgement that 1 through 4 were the good half, and then the bad half is just whatever, download it whenever you feel like it.
They're kind of just saving their asses. We know.
Yes, we understand.
We're aware.
You can download it whenever you feel like it, but don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But the reasoning behind my post there is because I'm a masochist, and no, I'm just kidding. I just appreciate where the game came from, or how a game not where the game came from, more so just how a good idea can be perverted into such a shitty idea.
Yeah, every good idea these days that's hashed out 20 times.
I mean, that's the common rule of thumb between a lot of sequels. If something is remade 5 million times, it's gonna suck every iteration past the initial one.
Yeah, but it's gonna make money.
Yeah, it's gonna make money just because of the riding on the coattails of the initial success.
Yeah,
I mean, it might not make as much, but it'll make a fair bit of that money.
It's a good business, at least.
So that's the thing. Yeah, it's completely business related, and it's not even about I'm doing this for the fans. No, you're doing this for the PR. Shut your goddamn mouth. The reason you're making the game is because you need money.
Money. We all need money, though. So
we do all need money. Money makes the world go round. Money, 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 money. Money. Exactly. But anyway, so what's going on here is just I think it's a great case study in itself of saying how could something so great be turned into Mega Man X7. Just how? I don't understand. Yeah. Actually, I do understand. You know why?
Go on.
It's because of the third dimension and the fact that nobody knew what the fuck to do except for fucking Miyamoto.
Yeah,
who just
Sure.
had a vision in his sleep one night and was like, I'm going to make the best platforming game in 3D on the first try. And everybody's like, wow, you did it. And then you did it again with Legend of Zelda, but that wasn't platforming, but still was 3D. And then everybody's like, oh shit, you did it twice. And everybody's like, I can do that. And nobody could fucking do it.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. There were a few people, but not a lot.
You know, they just got unlucky. Just like, it was hard to do.
It was hard. And then, I mean, X8 did actually do okay, from what I understand, but they went back to kind of what made it good, was just the side pan 2.5D, 2D shit. Because they just kind of gave up on the third dimension and saved that for fucking Mega Man Legends, which I've already talked a little bit about.
Yeah.
If y'all forgot, I was not a fan. Anyway.
Mega Man is not meant to be 3D. That's just it.
No. I mean, it should be. I want somebody to do it right. But, like, it's so much easier to make a good game in 2D because so many people have done it before that, you know, you can actually expand on the formula with something like 20XX and make it its own thing, but kind of based in the same style that made it good. But again, that's 2D.
Yeah. How would you, like, imagine a 3D Mega Man that's good?
I mean, to make it good, you would need to have... I would assume a lock-on targeting mechanism like in Legend of Zelda. Just because it'll be really shit hard to aim.
Yeah.
Or, what would be even cooler, in the 3DS, they have a gyroscope built in, so that when you move the console around, you could, like, aim by moving it.
Yeah.
So that would be a cool idea. Like they did that with Metroid actually, and
nice.
I forgot which one. All of them. And the one on the Wii, it was like Prime 3 Corruption. I don't know.
Right.
But you would like take the Wii remote, and that would be like your gun arm.
Right.
And you know what? That actually was pretty good. Yeah. I liked it. So, like, why don't we do something like that? We have the Wii, where am I even? We have the Switch, which has that functionality in one of the controllers at least. So why don't we just do that? And then you could turn on the HD Rumble whenever you charge up your shot, and then you would feel the charge shot coming off of the Switch remote. The Joy-Con. I'm never gonna used to saying Joy-Con.
That'd be awesome.
Anyway. I think that would be a pretty interesting idea, if I'm being completely honest. At least from an aiming perspective, like a first-person Mega Man game.
Yeah. They could do something with, like, virtual reality, all that stuff. That'd be cool.
Oh my god, VR Mega Man!
Yeah.
Jesus. You, like, jumping in the air and you could, like, look down and see how high you are and, like, wall jump while looking up.
That'd be amazing.
You run into a capsule and get an upgrade, and all around you just see beams of light as your arm transforms into, like, a giant arm cannon.
You, like, charge up your shot, and, like, it's, like, glowing all around you.
Oh, my God, that would be awesome! And then you could, like, parry and shit with your, like, if somebody came at you with, like, a beam saber. Oh, my God.
Yes.
Why don't you make this?
Do it.
Somebody, anyone out there who has any inkling in VR gaming and VR development, just take this idea. I don't care. You do you. Just put our names in the credits as like inspiration.
Yeah.
Or you could just play "You're the Inspiration" while our names slowly crawl up the screen. You're the feeling in my life.
As long as our names are there. You know what?
Exactly.
They don't even have to be there. Just make the game. Fuck.
Just make the game good, alright?
Yeah.
Don't put my name on shit. I did that once and I got a brown finger. Anyway.
Yeah.
Should we, is there anything else you wanted to talk about in relation to X Collection?
No, I think we're good. I think we can move on.
I mean, I could keep talking about the X Collection
that's
for
the thing.
probably an hour.
We could just keep going. But We're on a
but
time limit.
we're on a timetable, so hit the music for the timetable. Welcome back. TikTok goes the clock.
Yes.
And TikTok on to the next little blog post that I have here about speedrunning.
How fast can you read it? No, don't do
No, that'd be really... How about this? I'll read it normally the first time, and then I'll speed read it the next time.
that. Okay.
Alright, and then you could time me, and we'll see how fast I do. Alright, so this first time is normal.
Okay.
Have you ever taken a walk on a road that you may have walked hundreds of times in reverse? Or have you ever walked on that same road while just facing backwards? Probably more so the former, I'd assume, unless you're incredibly confident. Now, what the hell am I talking about? Well, strangely enough, I'm talking about speedrunning video games. Follow me on this one. I've played Mega Man X probably dozens of times. I may even consider it a tradition to play it once a month. But it wasn't always this way. Speedrunning redefined how I play games. I've always stuck to the ingrained rules of the game, never deviating. And that's fine for one or two playthroughs. But what if I want to re-engage with an older game in a new way? One that makes the experience fresh again, without paying $60 for something that's close, but not quite what I want. Guess I'm screwed, right? Wrong-o, champ. Speedrunners' self-imposed rules change that dynamic. From disallowing certain items to restricting whole gameplay strategies, speedrunners make old games fresh again. Try playing Mega Man X again. Only this time, you can only use a non-upgraded Mega Buster. Now we're talking. The whole game is completely different, but you're still playing the same game you know and love. Just like that old path you used to have walked hundreds of times before. So like I'd mentioned in the beginning, if you're feeling bored with a game you used to love, try walking that path again. Backwards. Okay.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Alright, now we're ready to read really fast?
Right. I'll time you.
I need some coffee real quick, just to hype me up. Play some hype up music.
Yeah!
Fantastic. Alright. You have your timer?
Got it.
Okay. Let me know when I'm supposed to go.
Alright. On count of go. In 3, 2, 1. Right. Go!
Son of a... Have you ever taken a walk on a road that we time before reverse, or have you walked the same road backwards and provided more for than you have to confidence? Now, what are we talking about? It's straight to the spirit line. Follow me on this one. I'm playing fuck!
Well, that
I
was
can't
fast.
do it!
You did it. That was like 10 seconds.
Oh, I know. I'm so good. I forgot I ended the rant with a very loud, enthusiastic fuck. I just left it out of the first read.
Right. So you said even more than the first one. Wow. Impressive.
I know. I actually added on an editorial in the middle when I didn't actually think of before.
Wow.
I know. Just kind of slow that down and then play a little bit of that slowed down, Paul. Oh, lovely. You're beautiful. This is beautiful. Molto bene. Okay, let's talk a little bit about speedrunning before I go clinically insane.
Or during.
Or during, fair enough. Well, have you ever tried playing the game any differently than you normally would?
I've done that. The Mega Man thing without getting the upgrades. Actually, the first time I played it, I didn't get the upgrade because I didn't know where it was.
Oh, really? I mean, they're hidden pretty well,
Yeah.
so that must have been interesting the next time you played it and you realized you could get those.
Amazing. Also, I used to try to do Super Mario World without, like, being big. Just being small the whole time.
Oh, that's hard.
I never did...
That would make it
never
really...
did the whole thing, but it was just, like, a fun little challenge.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you don't have to replay the entire game that way. But, you know, if you've played a game so many different times, then just trying even a little bit of it a different way is like a fresh new take. I mean, why do you think ROM hacks exist in the first place? Like people remake games that you played in different ways so you could try it in more challenging methods, or the hacks restrict very specific things, or you just play a Mario Maker and just build your own Mario game. That was an awesome game. Jesus, I love that.
I want to play that again.
I wish can you port, like, you're porting everything to the Switch, Nintendo. Port that one. I like that game.
So it's got like infinite replayability.
It's literally infinite. You can't, how, you could never make this, there's so many options. Anyway, I think that, you know, speedrunning, in my perspective, have you ever watched any of the speedrunning events?
I have. I forget.
You have?
I forget which games. I think I've seen the Mega Man one.
Probably the Mega Man one. Those guys are impressive. But I would be watching Games Done Quick. I like. I'm a fan of the fact that they're doing this for Doctors Without Borders, so I watch every year, and I like to donate to them. Cool. But it's awesome to see some of the impressive. So if you didn't know that, there's a biannual speedrunning event that lasts about a week, called Games Done Quick. They raise money for Doctors Without Borders, and I think it's a fantastic cause, even if I don't agree with some of the rules that they have in place to restrict, you know, the speedrunners. But anyways, I think the heart is in the right place. Anyway, so they have a lot of interesting people on there that have found out different ways to kind of play the game while breaking it in a certain way without actually, like, making it entirely, like, fake game. It's like, oh, you know, this is still within the game. It's kind of annoying. They're like, this is still part of the game, but, like, and I was like, fair enough, you're right, but you're still kind of an arse. Anyway, it's still really interesting to see them break stuff like Super Mario 64. Yeah. Like beating the entire game with no stars.
I think I've seen that too.
Anyway.
They're so
It's
addictive.
really interesting. They are, because you're just like, how the frig are you doing all that? Anyway, I think it's really an interesting idea, speedrunning in itself. It just comes from people being bored, honestly. Yeah. Bored and poor.
Poured.
Poured, there you go. I'm poured. It's untoured to be poured. I'm just kidding. You can be as poured as you want. Welcome to my life.
The poured life.
But anyway, do you want to talk anything else you specifically wanted to talk about with speedrunning, or just there?
No. Have you speedrun any other games recently?
Me, I haven't really speedrun any games recently. I don't really do that all that often.
Yeah, it's no time. Like, ironically,
Yeah. Like, that's the thing. I think I was more into the idea of me doing speedrunning until I realized games like roguelikes existed, which are basically baked in speedruns. So what happens is, you know, the whole point of a roguelike is every time you play it, it changes.
Right.
So you're never technically really playing the same thing twice. While it does still follow a similar framework, it's a bit of a different game, kind of like how self-imposed rules for speedrunning are. So if I just have like a few different roguelikes for different genres, then it's like playing the same game in a different way. It's kind of like its own caked in speedrun.
Go.
Caked in speedrun? Baked in speedrun? There you go.
I don't know.
I think I'm hungry, but I just ate an omelet.
Nice. You need dessert. That's it.
Anyway. Ooh, a dessert omelet. Oh, that'd be delicious. Put some whipped cream in there and some icing, and then I vomit it all up.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Anyway, let's enough talk about that. I think we should end it here. Do you agree? Okay. Before I actually
All right, peace.
No, wait, we gotta do our outro. If you guys thank you guys again so much for listening. I really appreciate it. I'm feeling more and more into the spirit of podcasting every time I do it. It's kind of nice to get back into a routine. So hopefully it's coming off that way on the episodes. Either that or I am hiding it very well. If you want to reach out to us, again, it's theextreme@gmail.com. That's ITSTHEXSTREAM@gmail.com. Or you can just look us up on Google. Just type in It's the Extreme, all one word, and you'll find all of our crap. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, I'm going to go because that was just so bad. I'm so sorry, everyone.
All right. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to write it down.